Y'all, this thing is such a no-brainer, I'm not even going to bother with an intro. Let's go. Welcome, everybody, to the DJs Guru. My name is DJ Switch, and today I've got a brand new mic system to show you. Well, new to me, at least. It's the Mackie Element Wave XLR, and this thing actually comes in its own case. If you take a look inside the box, there is a tiny little pouch that is actually made of some hard foam and does a really good job of keeping all of the components secure. However, the important part to note is that there's both a transmitter and a receiver inside of this case that fits in my hand. That's how tiny this whole system is. What we're looking at is a wireless microphone system that can plug into any XLR microphone. So you have the receiver here that will accept the wirelessly transmitted signal from this guy here. And anything that you plug this receiver into, you have just upgraded to a completely wireless mic system. You can plug it into the back of a Mackie Thump Go. You can plug it into the back of a DJ controller, which I'll show you a little bit later in the clip that I have for you. Or you can take it out on the street and do an interview with it, like guerrilla cell phone video style. The system includes two cables, one that's TRS on both sides and one that's TRS to TRRS. If you're familiar with hooking up any kind of microphone device to a mobile phone, you're going to know that you need that TRRS cable because most input jacks on a mobile phone are going to be set up for like a headset. So that TRRS cable is going to come extra in handy, and I'm going to show you how that works as well in another clip that I have for you. Now, one more thing to let you all know. In order to test the Element Wave XLR, I needed a microphone, and I have one of Mackie's EM89D microphones. This microphone is a pretty standard $100 dynamic vocal mic. Works really well, sounds pretty clean, and has one really neat trick that I can't wait to show you all. But I want to take a closer look at my setup before we show you the two test videos that I did. I want to take a closer look at my mobile setup and show you what my rig looked like as I went out to visit some friends who were putting on a hip-hop show here in my hometown. I should also mention that there was two adapters that I needed to grab for these tests out of my existing kit. One was this, an XLR 2 8-inch adapter. This is just a standard XLR 8-inch adapter, nothing special. It is not power transforming, so it doesn't transmit things like phantom power or anything like that. It is just a straight, cheap XLR to 8-inch microphone adapter, and you can find these, basically anywhere. The other thing that I needed was this little thing. It's a Usbc. Let's see if I can. There we go. Usbc to 8-inch TRRS. This is for hooking up to phones that don't have a headphone jack. I'm working with the Google Pixel 6, which no longer has a headphone jack on the Pixel phones, unfortunately. That means that I need this USB-C adapter in order to hook up any kind of headphones or any kind of microphone to my phone to get a clean audio signal. So that's where that TRRS cable is going to come in handy that Mackie did include with the Element Wave XLR kit. Let me run down some of the extra technical specs and features while I'm putting this mobile rig together really quick, just so that we get that base covered in this review. The Mackie Element Wave XLR does include a deluxe carrying case. It comes with an 8-inch TRS to TRRS cable. Also comes with an 8-inch TRS to TRS cable. It also comes with a USB-A to dual USB-C cable, which is how you charge both the transmitter and the receiver. They both charge over USB-C, and there's a dual USB-C to single USB-A, like a splitter cable, so that you can charge them both off of a single USB-A port. The system has both the transmitter and receiver included. It operates on a digital 2.4 gigahertz signal. The rechargeable battery in both the transmitter and receiver can last up to 7 hours. They each have single button pairing. They have a multicolor status LED to let you know whether or not they're connected or if they're in pairing mode. They're also multi-channel so that you can use up to 6 wave systems in the same general area. You can channel hop and you can mix and match the different systems so that they can communicate with each other without any crosstalk. And last but not least, they do include a removable belt clip on the receiver. And there's actually a special trick to this belt clip. This belt clip is exactly the right size and dimensions to fit into a cold shoe adapter on a camera cage. And you'll see here as I'm setting this up that I'm using a mobile phone camera cage with cold shoe mounting brackets. And so I can slide this receiver straight into one of those cold shoe brackets using the clip on the back, and it'll hold it in place, and I don't have to worry about it sliding around or slipping out while I'm running around with my camera and doing all of the camera things that I need to do. Okay, so here it is. This is the mobile rig that I took to see my friends perform. This is my Google Pixel 6, and this is my Aperture MC up on top for a little bit of extra light. And there you can see right on top, shoved into one of the cold shoe mounts, just like this one. We've got a cold shoe mount right in the center that is being held in by the clip on the back of the receiver for the Mackie Element Wave XLR. And so that's there. You can see the green light on top because it is currently paired to the transmitter, which is plugged into the microphone. So if you look at the screen, check. You can see that is coming through pretty nicely on the phone, and I'm getting a really solid level. One thing that's really nice that I found while I was using this is that on the side, you actually have level gain. That's the plus and the minus there on the side of the receiver. And you actually also have the same thing on the transmitter. So if you need to fine tune your level, if you're not getting quite the right level out of, the devices that you've got hooked up for recording sound, you can make those adjustments at the receiver or at the transmitter just by using the Mackie system. And now you're hearing everything coming through the Element Wave XLR. This is what it sounds like coming from a Rode pod mic. You see it plugged right into the back there. So I have a wireless Rode pod mic going straight into the back of my Rodecaster interface, which has, there's a little bit of line hiss for sure. But in a live microphone scenario, or in a situation where it's this or like the microphone that's built into a phone, I would absolutely take this little amount of line noise if it means A, having a wireless solution, and B, if it means the other option is a crappy phone mic. Like there's no comparison between the two. That's part of the reason why this system is such a no-brainer. But the thing is, this system is really versatile. Like, on the one hand, yes, it's great for content creation, and I'll show you a little bit of that. But also, it's really great for live stuff, and in a live scenario, this little bit of hiss will never even be noticeable. In fact, the line noise on your speaker cables is probably going to be higher than this, so no one's ever going to notice it, or honestly, it's just not even going to matter. All right, y'all. So I took this mobile rig with the Element Wave XLR out to visit some friends of mine who were putting on a live hip-hop show here in Portland. They were coming through on tour from New York City, and they had some opening friends of ours come down from Seattle, Washington. So it was kind of a really cool reunion, a chance to get everybody together for the first time since the thing that happened in 2020 that nobody really is allowed to talk about on YouTube, right? And while I was there, I got a chance to compare and contrast between the microphone that's built into the phone and the Wave XLR system to see how the two might play off of each other, why one might have a benefit over the other. And I definitely found that there were some pros and cons to using both in the moment. So this first clip is a little bit of audio just from what the phone sounded like in the room. This is what it sounded like when I was shooting some footage from right next to the stage. You can hear most of that audio coming from actually the stage monitors because I was behind the sound system at this point. You can also hear a lot of room noise, and you can also hear that little phone microphone is just trying so hard to keep up with the high sound pressures that were in that room. It was so loud because it was a live show, and you can definitely tell that phone microphone was not really made for that environment. So then a little bit later on, I hooked up the Wave XLR system and I ran around and I did a quick interview with a couple of my friends, including the openers for the night, Shubzilla and Bill Beats. Bill Beats you might actually recognize from my Rane 1 video, as well as some other friends of mine who I'm looking forward to playing in a group with fairly soon as they get their album finished. But it was nice to collaborate with everybody in a scenario like this where all I was doing was wanting to test the microphone and give everybody a chance to talk into it and just kind of see what kind of better audio experience I was going to be able to generate using this Wave XLR system. Shubzilla, Bill Beats, you guys just got off stage here in Portland. You got a Seattle show. What is it, tomorrow night? Are you guys stoked to be playing with Schaefer?
Absolutely. All the time, of course.
Yes, definitely. And Lex.
I'm super stoked to see Lex out on the road. I have never actually got a chance to see Lex in person. What did you guys think of Lex the Lexicon Artist live?
Well, Lexicon always brings heat. So seeing her work the crowd, do her damn thing, like, this is not a surprise to me. If you're gonna see a Schaefer the Dark Lord and Lex the Lexicon Artist show, you're gonna be in for an energetic treat.
I second that.
Oh, for sure, for sure. No, I think Lex absolutely exceeded every single expectation. And by the way, those expectations were high to begin with. Completely blew it out of the water. So are y'all planning anything different for tomorrow night's set? Or you're just going to be playing basically the same set? Or it's a homecoming for you all, right? Because Seattle's your hometown. Are you going to be doing anything different for the hometown crowd?
I literally don't know what our set is tomorrow. Like, I don't know what we're doing tomorrow.
We'll probably come up with it on the drive home. Be like, all right, what worked, what didn't work, switch things around. We played a lot of the jams tonight, so those will probably primarily be the set tomorrow, but we might shift a couple things here and there.
He might put something that I don't remember.
Chris Waffle, Sarah Spoon, you guys just watched Schaefer the Dark Lord and Lex the Lexicon Artist and Bill Beats and Shubzilla. Did you guys have fun?
Oh my gosh,
So much fun.
So much fun. Awesome.
Shubzilla commands a stage.
Yeah, no, it's always great when they come to town. And it was awesome. Everyone's on point, and it was fantastic.
Fantastic show. Loved every second of it.
Dope, as the kids say.
Schaefer brought out a thing that he insisted was not a drum set. How did you both feel about that?
I super appreciated his burn on bass players.
Why is that?
I play bass. I also agreed with him. It's valid. What he said was valid. I feel like what he had was a drum set as well.
It was a drum set.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, 100%. You know those hecklers. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
So that's how the Wave XLR compares to the camera microphone that's like built into my cell phone. I honestly don't think there's a lot to say there because it's so night and day. It's so incredibly obvious to me which one I would prefer depending on the situation. Obviously, if you're trying to capture something like stage noise or like a live concert, this might not be the right kind of microphone for that type of setup. But the great thing is, because it's XLR, you can plug it into any kind of XLR microphone. This includes shotgun mics. If you want to go out and do like a wireless field recording type of a scenario, you can use it with a shotgun mic. You can use it with literally any kind of XLR microphone. Just because the dynamic mic that I had on me wouldn't necessarily be great for capturing music in a live concert scenario doesn't necessarily mean that the Wave XLR system wouldn't be great for it. It's just that I would use a different XLR mic with this system. But the beauty of it is it will literally work with any XLR microphone. Now, taking this same microphone and this same system and using it with that XLR to 1/8 inch adapter that I mentioned earlier, I actually hooked it up to my DJ controller for rehearsal with my own hip hop group, and something really interesting happened. Well, actually, just take a look. No, you good, man.
What you mean I'm good?
Point it at the speaker. Point it at the speaker.
The microphone?
Yeah. Watch.
You trick.
What? Point at the speaker. Point right at the speaker. I'm saying.
Bro, what?
Talk.
I'm so
It's turned off.
Yes. I'm so used to not doing that.
Point at that one.
That's crazy.
Point at that one right here.
This one right?
No, right here, right here.
This one?
Point at that one.
Just pointed at it?
Yeah.
Bro, what? That's crazy, bro. Man, Mackie crazy for that.
Absolutely no feedback from live monitors. I had those things cranked. Y'all, we were rehearsing at like 90 dB. We have a live drum set in the room. We have to crank those monitors up, and they were all live, and they were all at full volume. So that microphone was on the entire time. Those monitors were on the entire time, and he pointed that mic straight at the monitor. You saw it. Nothing happened. I don't know why this system is like impervious to feedback. I think it has something to do with the very, very slight wireless delay between the transmitter and the receiver. I could be wrong about that. I don't know. What I do know is what I saw in rehearsal was something I've never seen from a microphone system, and that's a system that is literally impervious to feedback. Those Mackie Thump 12 BSTs that I had on the floor of that garage and the Mackie Thump Go that I was using as a monitor for the DJ rig, none of it was feeding back into this microphone system. And I think it's the Element Wave XLR system that is the reason why that microphone wasn't feeding back. A well-tuned mic, really well-tuned speakers, and an excellent wireless system like this, and you have no worries as a live performer, as a DJ, as an event professional. You can just turn the thing on and you can let literally anybody handle this microphone system. And as long as they don't drop it, you don't have to stress out about any of the usual stuff that comes along with stressing out about microphones. I was completely blown away. I'm absolutely sold. Y'all, this thing retails for $199. You can find it right now at djeventgear.com. My name is DJ Switch with the DJs Guru. Thank you very, very much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more reviews. We got a lot more gear reviews coming. I'm telling y'all right now, we are gearing up for a lot more content coming your way. I can't talk about the internal conversations we've been having, but let me just say that things have been going very well at the DJs Guru, and we're looking forward to bringing you a lot more content. So be sure to subscribe and hit the bell down below if you haven't already. Once again, folks, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Yo, this is such a no-brainer. I'm not even going to bother with an intro. Let's go. Today we're talking about the... Fuck, it's upside down.
I heard your DJ's awful.
The worst. The worst.
Well, he makes sure he makes sure it sounds good, but he likes to talk, is what I hear.
We did.
Yeah, that guy doesn't shut up.